Good evening. Tonight I'm going to discuss why we need to hire an additional medical receptionist. Our organization is consistently growing by leaps and bounds, and this is actually a great problem to have. It's just important that we're able to maintain our patient service excellence model that we have in place. Have you ever been in a situation where you're asked to grow your business by leaps and bounds? You are asked to provide new services, provide new physicians, to provide services to patients in rural areas, but not be allowed to staff these positions adequately. This is where we are today. I'm going to discuss 3 reasons why we need to hire a new medical receptionist. One reason is because the current staffing situation is causing burnout and low morale. The current workload is overwhelming. And lastly, we've added 10 new providers to our office. So the current staffing is causing burnout and low morale. Attempts to cut costs and save revenues from the unfulfilled positions is causing low morale. Swarthart, Boykin, Dixon, and Ivanhoe of 2015 wrote that employees with low morale cause organizations to become stagnant. This is definitely not where we want to be. It's important that patients are met with happy, well-adjusted employees. Time and attendance will begin to suffer. Tired employees call in. Frustrated employees call in. Unhappy employees call in. This causes an additional shortage, which exacerbates the problem that we have at hand. Frustration and burnout can trickle down into our patient care, and that is not a part of our patient care model. The current workload seems to be overwhelming as it continues to grow. According to Omar, Mahad, and Afford in 2015, one's workload can show cause to indicate their stress. Current lean staffing is causing overtime, which can lead to off-balance work life, and this affects employees' attitudes. You don't want to be met in a situation in a doctor's office where you're not feeling well and the person that you're having to deal with is not feeling well. You want to be met with happy employees. The capacity in which we're growing can cause increases in errors. This can delay or even cause lost revenue. Lastly, the addition of the new providers has become difficult to support them adequately. We have added 10 providers in the last 2 months. While hiring a new provider seems to be an easy revenue fix, not having support for them has thrown us into an analysis paralysis in which patients are suffering and employees are suffering while we're counting visits and while we're counting the number of calls each person receives, the number of labs patients are having done, the number of visits in which we're taking care of in our office. We are actually in analysis paralysis. Ackerman's Van Hoot and Van Oorschot 2018 wrote that before the need of significant change would come, there would be a decline in the performance. While I understand your reasoning behind your decisions to leave this position vacant, I cannot agree. I understand that it saves salary and benefit costs, but with this great savings, there's still an additional cost to it. It's not free to just leave the position open. We find that we tend to lose our long-term stable employees who provide a strength to our team. And if we lose them, then we're having to spend money in hiring a new employee that is not going to bring the strength that that person held when they were with us. In our situations, patients walk into our office and they know our front office staff. They know them by name. We believe in treating our patients as if they're a family. And new staff don't know the patients. The employees who have been there for a long time are the ones that knows the patients. So when you're walking in and you're not feeling well and you're met with a, hey, good morning, Miss Brown, good to see you, it really does make a difference in a patient's life. And happy employees provide that service for patients. Happy employees make happy patients. Mihar wrote in a blog in 2016 that it takes 6 months to a year to train a new employee to level up to the position and the stability in which that long-term employee provided for your organization. In conclusion, I have spoken quite a bit about why we need to hire another medical receptionist. I have explained how not filling the vacancy for a medical receptionist is causing current employees to feel burned out and tired, how the workload is crushing our employees, and how we continue to hire new providers but not hire the support resources that are needed to take care of these providers. What if you woke up one morning, you were just feeling awful? You feel like you have been hit by a truck. You call our office to tell us how you have a fever of 102, you're not feeling good, you've been vomiting, and you are met with an unhappy employee. This employee is just thinking, let me hurry up and get you off the phone because 5 other lines are ringing while I'm trying to take care of you. You don't want to be met with that in our organization. This is an example of how growth can lead to the fallout of a great organization. I'm going to leave you with this last statement. Work-life balance and forecasting when measuring workplace happiness. Denard and Ward, 2017. Happy employees treat patients with their happiness. So this is why we need to consider hiring a new medical receptionist to fill the vacant position. I appreciate your time and thank you for listening.